And hey again everyone, it's Aaron. Welcome back to Cheap Wax Chronicles. Today we're going to do another retro rip. I'm going to test out my new setup. Got a new mic, got a new camera, got the whole bit, so we're going to give her a shot. And today what we're going to be opening is just a big old box of Rando that I picked up off of eBay, alongside the box of 92 rookies that I bought the other day. This is 1991 Line Drive AAA baseball, so I'm not sure what we're going to find in here, but it should be fairly interesting. Basically what we're looking at is we're looking at a box of cards that, up until, the mid-80s, the only way you'd get cards from minor league teams is if your local police department was handing them out, or if you went to a game and you got a team set handed out to you at the door. But, along with the whole speculation thing with complete sets being sold like, hotcakes, little mini sets being sold by Topps, Donruss, and Fleer, and the whole bit, they actually did a lot of minor league cards. And this is sort of the peak of the junk mass production era where they were actually doing minor league cards, AFL cards, and then they also did Pacific, who is largely known mainly for their Spanish language cards up until this time, also did a set of English language cards based on what was sort of like an Arizona Fall League, but for seniors, and it took place during the summer. And I think it only lasted like 3 years, but it had people like Greg Nettles and stuff like that. I forget exactly what the league was called. That might be a Wikipedia query for some of you guys. But yeah, so this is about that era. We'll see exactly what kind of junk we pull out here and what kind of names we find. It'll be pretty interesting. I am not expecting to find anything very valuable in here. I know next to nothing about the set, honestly, so we'll see what happens. It does say they're all 26 AAA teams. There's no description on the box, so they're printed by a company called Impel, from what I found out. And there's no description on the box about whether they're packed in wax, plastic, foil. It doesn't say whether or not, how it doesn't say how many packs there are. It doesn't say how many cards per pack there are. So really, it's just anyone's guess. And this is a weird ass box. Well, let's take a look at it. Oh, and those are some quality packs. So this must have been associated with Score at some point, based on the way these packs feel. So 12 cards per pack, and they're very loosely packed in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, those smell too. Ick. Okay, so 36 packs, 12 cards per pack. We'll see what kind of gems we pull out of here. So 91 AAA. God, who knows, honestly. I'll get the Line Drive pre-rookie baseball checklist. What I'll do also in post, I'll see if I can pull up something on Beckett and see what we can find out about these guys. Mario Brito, Mark Dewey, Razor Shines. That is a classic baseball name, isn't it? Indianapolis Indians. So yeah, I got some of these team names here. I got the Vancouver Canadians, Phoenix Firebirds, Indianapolis Indians, Tucson Toros for Terry Clark, Rick Rodriguez, Dwayne Espy, Dan Eskew, Ron Stevens, Jeff Musselman. There's a name I recognize. Ronnie Immis, Freddie Benavardes, and that is a name I recognize as well. And then Kevin Pearson. These cards are the cheapest of the cheap. These feel terrible. Let me see if I can find something around here. So here is a typical mid-90s stock card. This is actually 92-93 Upper Deck Hockey. You can take a look at that. Decent thickness. And I feel about, they look to be about the same point size, but God, those feel so much cheaper. There's no photosensitive UV coating on it. There's just nothing. These are like you took your team photos down to the local print shop and you decided to see what was in there. So Pack 2, see if we get anything out of here. Garmolay. Said Landrum, who I believe at that point had been like up and down quite a bit for the iCubs. Jeff Small, Dave Lynch, Carly Ray Steve. I wonder. I'm gonna put him over here in the hit box. Wonder if he's related to Carly Ray Jepsen, Rick Lottie, Larry Scheikels, Bobby Moore, Tommy Dunham, Ray Soff. And I really wish I had like smell-o-vision because these things stink, guys. This is terrible. Joey Meyer, Rich Gale, Kenny Morgan, Jim Tracy, Future Manager, Dave Leiper, Eddie Taubensee, Ed Romero, Jeff Shaw, John Costello, Barry Jones. There are a few more names you recognize. Lenny Cicada and Gary Rudy. Couldn't even get those guys separate cards. That's a 300 card list. 411? Jesus. Who's going to collect all these cards, guys? I certainly don't want them in my collection. I think we'll probably rip through one stack. We'll probably be done with these things because the smell is just overwhelming. Scott Service, Kurt Brown, and Gil Heredia. Scott Service. We got both of them in the pack. Awesome. Carlo Colomino, Andre Santana, Eric Fox, Ted Wood, Don Wakamatsu, who was a future coach for the Twins, Troy Neal, Reggie Jefferson, and Keith Brown. I'm sorry, Don Wakamatsu was a manager for the Mariners. I apologize, but we'll put him over in the hit pile. Oh, jeez. These are bad. Ronnie Washington. Travell Hansen, Scott Little. Mark Huisman. Tim Drummond. And this is another guy. Like, I don't know. He's featured in the minor league set, but he'd already been, like, a big name in... yeah, so if you take a look here... So he'd already been up with the Twins in 89 and 90. I'm not sure why he was featured, especially if he spent the entire 90 season with the Major League club. Why he was included in this minor league set? Kyle Abbott, Jim Vatcher, Dean Kelly, Rick Adair, and John Gabriella, and Oscar Izakar. So there are a few names we recognize there. We did have a former Twin in that pile as well. Don Wakamatsu is probably the most notable that we've pulled out of there. Leo Piguero, Bobby Ellie, Rick Balboni, Doug Linton. I love that logo of the Syracuse Chiefs. Joe Sicily, Dale Pauly, John Shea, Bob Baylor, Kurt Hensler, Jimmy Kremers, and Javier Ortiz. Some weird names. So I guess this was the last year of Portland, Oregon being the AAA affiliate of the Twins. They hopped around quite a bit. They had their AAA affiliate in Salt Lake City for a little while. Portland Beavers initially moved to Salt Lake City to become Buzz. And then after the Twins' time in Salt Lake was done, they had set up with Edmonton, Alberta, and had their team up there. Dave Hansen, Tony Scruggs, Tom Barrett, Dan O'Neill, Joel Johnston, Hector Wagner, Jacob Brumfield, Steve Swisher, and that is actually Nick Swisher's dad. And that is his managerial card. So, and then so is the International League and the American Association this time. Of course, the American Association is no longer a thing, an affiliated ball anyway. Tom Edens. American Association is strictly indie ball now, although I believe they're now a partner league with affiliated minor league baseball. God, these packs just stink. Darren Holmes, George Samus. We'll stick this one over on the hit box. Former St. Paul Saints manager up until the Saints became a major league affiliate. Scott Eldred. He pitched for the Twins for a short period. Sean Hare. David Segui. Johnny Padres. Johnny Paredes. Not to be confused with Johnny Podres, the former player from the 60s and 70s. Mike Young and Dick Bosman. And Wade Taylor. And Lord have mercy, we have 2 more packs in the stack. I am not going through any more of these things. Gino Mittinelli, Eddie Pye, Brian Jordan, and he was probably the big box hit at the time. He was a really highly touted prospect at the time that this set came out. Nick Castaneda, Bob Scanlon, Monty Forrest, Terry Wells, Frank Castillo, Dave Pavlis, Jeff Hartsock, Jeff Andrews, and Mike Brunley. Alright, so we got one more pack in the stack, and then we're calling this, boys, because this is just thick. I'll have to find something more fun to rip for the next video. Steve Cummings. They're going. JT Brewitt. The Portland Beavers. Marcos Elvira. Victor Rodriguez. Tony Chance. D.L. Smith. Charlie Montoyo. Phil Clark. Mark Whiter and Ralph Troyal. Luis Mercedes. Keith Higgins. And Steve Howe. And again, he's one of those guys. So yes, he was with AAA Columbus, but he bounced around so much with, because he was in there with Texas. Well, I guess this is before he got really big into the Coke with the Yankees. So that is a very underwhelming break of cards. What did you expect from this era of cards? I mean, I'll give them one thing. They did at least go with a 2-color printing process here on the back. It does give us a sort of a Fleer vibe. But, I mean, there's just... production values are non-existent. I would even say I prefer Score to this. That's a real short video, boys. We're going to cut her short. You have any ideas for future videos? Please shoot them down in the comments below. Join us on Discord. I do have a break I'm trying to fill up, so if you want to venture over to Discord and check out those details, see if you want to jump on in, that'd be a lot of fun. Otherwise, stay safe and stay well, and support your local card shop.